Joining us now to talk about this demonstration is really the organizer of this rally, and it is Barry Nussbaum. And you are a foreign policy expert, and you got a movement going. Good morning to you.
We sure do. Glad to be with you.
And thank you for joining us here. Now, this rally is in Washington, D.C., but I guess you want to rally the entire country.
Absolutely. We're trying to put together as much awareness, Dan, as fast as possible that this is literally the worst foreign policy blunder in American history. And the more people that know about it are going to be motivated to go tell their congressman to say no to the president and go get us a much better deal.
One of the things about this deal is, you know, when it first came out and John Kerry announced that this wonderful deal that they had cut with it and, you know, the world will be a safer place and all this kind of stuff. Now we're learning some details about what's going on, and these details are not pretty.
Yeah, it's really ugly. In fact, when Kerry spoke before the Senate a few weeks ago, the Senate was pushing on him. There were rumors, Dan, that there were side agreements that no one was going to get to see. And Kerry actually under oath said, yeah, there's at least 2 side agreements, and I don't even know what are in them. So the Senate said, well, how can we be expected to vote if we're not going to see the agreement? Well, the Associated Press leaked the first agreement a couple days ago, and it's shocking what it says.
Yes, and tell us what it says. It basically allows the nuclear inspectors in Iran to police themselves.
Yes, it's outlandish. You have to keep in mind, Iran has cheated and broken every single agreement with the United Nations, the IAEA, over the last 20 years. They've never kept to one agreement. They're notorious for cheating or just withholding information. So this whole deal was put together by the president, and Kerry had negotiated it in Switzerland to say anytime inspections, any place, on any site. What's happened now is the side deal comes out, and Iran is going to be inspecting their own sites that take place on the nuclear bases, which, by the way, is where all the advanced centrifuges are.
Yeah.
So they're going to tell us whether or not they cheated, and then they're going to tell us what the penalty should be. It's shocking.
It really is, and that is outrageous. The other thing, the other side of this aspect is lifting the sanctions.
Correct.
And this really is a huge deal because Iran has been cut off from a lot of money for a long time. A lot of money that they would have used for weapons, whatever. So suddenly, Iran is in the money.
Big money, big money.
Yeah.
It's outlandish. Keep in mind, our #1 enemy, according to the president, according to the Congress, is Iran, who weekly has 500,000 people in the squares screaming death to America, burning American flags, holding prisoners that shouldn't be prisoners that are American citizens. So what we have done in a deal, which is so unbelievable, it would never make a movie because the script wouldn't be bought by a producer. We're going to give them $150 billion on the first day, and they're going to promise to be better. Meanwhile, they've already started ordering mass weaponry from around the world. They've got an order for 100 of the most advanced Chinese fighter jets. They've ordered the brand new Russian missile defense system. They're going after ICBMs for North Korea. All these are offensive capability weapons that they could never have afforded before. We're going to give them the money to spend to arm themselves for them to do 2 things. They've already said it. In fact, the Ayatollah Khomeini released a book a week ago. He's going to destroy Israel and kill everybody there, and he's going to overthrow the United States government. He's not even apologizing for it. He's proclaiming it, and the book's been released worldwide. And in response, we're giving them $150 billion, and they're telling us they're going to spend it on weapons to come after us.
And we are running a little short on time, but not those are the big picture items. The small picture is they're also state sponsors of terrorism, including ISIS and Al-Qaeda and Taliban. Their money is going to every terrorist on earth.
And those terrorist organizations are releasing in the press on almost a daily basis how they plan to spend their windfall money that's coming from Iran. It's on the web. You can look it up. Go to YouTube, where Hamas puts out videos showing the terror tunnels they're building with Iranian promised financing to triple and quadruple them. Hezbollah has an offer in right now to build 10,000 more missiles with Iranian money. Where do you think those missiles are going? To our closest ally, Israel. We're paying for it.
It's a scary thought. It is a scary, frightening
That's why
thought.
we need to get to Washington and tell Congress this is a bad deal. The alternative, by the way, Dan, is not war. The alternative is a better deal, which is what was promised all along. Put the sanctions back, negotiate from a position of strength, and get us a better deal so they really don't get the ability to build nuclear weapons to use against us.
All right, so before I let you go, the rally is September 9th.
September 9th in Washington, D.C. on the Capitol steps.
On the Capitol steps.
March to Save America. It's on the web.
All right.